Let's go over zircons. My name is Dominic Flex and I'm here with Benedict. She is an FGA gemologist, and today we're going to cover a not so known gemstone, I feel, in comparison to like the beauty of it. Most people, when they think of zircon, they think of cubic zirconia. It is not a cubic zirconia. This is a natural gemstone. Let's just go over like the basics. This is also the December birthstone. If you're not really familiar, this is it.
So yeah, I think zircon is like the most known. People think they know it, but they know CZ. Like it's very, you say zircon, everyone will be like, yeah, I know what it is, but they don't, because they will think that zircon is CZ. We can just explain this right away. Zircon is a natural, beautiful, high dispersion gemstone that comes in a wide range of color. CZ is an artificial stone. So in like the gemstone world, you have natural, you have synthetics, and artificial. A synthetic needs a natural equivalent. So you can have a synthetic diamond. It's the same as a diamond, optical properties, physical properties, and it's a synthetic because there's a natural. Sapphire, spinel is the same. And then there's the artificial gemstones that are just man-made.
Literally its own thing.
That's it.
Not to do with any other thing. It's just they made it, they invented it.
So most people, so it's cubic zirconia, and they just kind of called it zircons when it's not. And like there's a lot of people talk about it in the trade, like zircons either they need like a new branding or something. They absolutely need it because it's such like an underestimated stone, and it's beautiful.
So today I thought we could start off right off the bat with the color range, because even though it's not commonly known, the only colors that are known, if you know about it, are blue. I think like something like 80% of the market that's being sold are blue zircons, but like look at all these crazy colors. Like there's more to it.
So I would say blue and white are probably the most known. Blue is the most popular, but then again, blue is the most popular color overall. Officially, the December birthstone is the blue zircon, so people will kind of assume that it's kind of like people who think garnet is red, because they don't know about all the other garnets there are. So most people, zircon is blue, but it also it can be so white, yellow, red, brown, green, pinks, and with all shades of like champagne, almost like whiskey or like cognac colors. They're yellow. I said yellow. Did I say green?
Yep.
So green as well.
Like which one is sherry? This is sherry?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, like look how nice this is. It's absolutely beautiful. And these stones have a very high refraction index. So it's similar to diamonds. So like let's say you have diamonds at 2.4, this is below it at 1.8 to 2. And then you have sapphires underneath at like 1.75, let's say. So they have a higher like brilliance, and you see it like right away. It almost looks synthetic. Like it almost looks like a fake stone at how sparkly it is.
There's different things. There's refractive index, so that's it. It's very high. Even with the tools we have, like it's just above the liquid we use. So it's not, there's other way, but it's a very high refractive index. It's a high luster, it's a high density, it's a high birefringence, if that's the word.
We'll cover that in a second.
Very high boosted stones, like even the colors are nice. The dispersion is very high. It's the 5th highest dispersion right after diamonds. To me, it's harder to see on the blue, but like the pink ones or like the lighter ones, it's just like for earrings, like little studs like this. It's beautiful.
Like the colorless are actually often sold as a diamond substitute because it has like such a nice fire to it. It doesn't have that same color play that I find that diamonds have, where it picks up on all the colors around it. It's not like that, but it still has like crazy.
You can still see like the blue, the yellow, all the color flashes.
But it's not as intense though, I find.
It's pretty intense. If you bring it in the sun,
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Okay. We'll show you what it looks like. These colors are insane. Like this is not a common color that you're gonna find in any other gemstone, really. Like these
No, maybe like some tourmalines or some quartz, but they won't have like that crispiness or like the luster that the zircon has.
So we don't have greens here, but
No.
greens also are known for having a little bit of like radiation in them, a little bit of uranium in them.
Yeah,
What's that about?
so zircons have uranium in them. It's not dangerous.
Okay.
There's a lot of irradiation and stuff in the gemstones, but whenever we import stuff, it all goes into those like Geiger sensor, whatever. And so these were all imported. It didn't ring. They got to the office, and but that's how, like, you know, everything that's imported goes through there, so you have no danger. It's been, but it's also such a small amount that it doesn't impact. What it impacts is their own crystalline structure. Radioactive element kind of decays over time. So you have high zircon, metamite zircon, and then the low zircon. High zircon are like the new ones. New as in
Like newly mined?
not newly mined, but they're still fresh. They still have their spectrum, because then it kind of breaks down the crystalline and it gets them to like amorphous state. The difference between the high and the low, so the high, they were formed like 100 million years ago. The low ones that have deteriorated are like billions of years. So everything in the middle, we still have time.
Okay, so you don't have to worry.
A few million years before they change look. But that's actually very useful because we can trace and date a lot of stuff because of that property, because they will know how much it deteriorates over time. Your zircon will not change over time.
Okay.
Like for hundreds of generations.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because otherwise everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, is my zircon okay?"
No, but it's just interesting, and it's like little radioactive stones.
Is that zircons are actually very dense, and so they weigh more.
Yeah. So every stone has different density or specific gravity. Zircons in the higher, close to corundum, so sapphires, close to some garnets. And then the diamond is not so far. But so for jewelers, for us, it just complicates when people ask, I want 1 carat zircon. They will have to understand that 1 carat zircon is going to be smaller in diameter as a 1 carat diamond. So for us, we have like tables of conversion that if people want, because usually when people say they want a carat size, they refer to
The diamond size.
the diamond size.
They're like, I want 1 carat. They think it's going to be 6.5 millimeter diameter, which is what a diamond would be.
Yeah.
And it's going to be smaller.
Yeah.
It's the same with sapphire. Yeah.
It's the same with sapphire. Sapphire is kind of like between diamonds. So when you weight them, and sapphires are also, they're heavier, but they tend to be cut shallower. So it's gonna be equivalent, but you can see it. And even when we go on the field or to buy, if you take the stone in your hand, you feel like, you can feel it's heavy. You feel it's not quartz. You can feel it. I was in Sri Lanka a few years ago, and we're buying, and there's a lot of people trying to show us things, and this guy comes and he has this green sapphire, and I immediately took it out and I put it in my hand, and I knew it was a zircon. Yeah. And as soon, I didn't say anything, but as soon as I took my pocket spectroscope, because it's easy, as soon as I pulled this out, it's like, oh no, I made a mistake. It's a zircon. I'm sorry, it's mislabeled, but you can feel it, because when you're used to dealing with other stones and you pick up a zircon with the experience, it gives you a clue.
All right, so now let's touch on a little bit of pricing. I was thinking maybe we could kind of go by color, because I'm assuming that there's going to be a fluctuation based on that.
Yeah, so the most popular and therefore expensive are going to be the blue ones. If this is around 1 carat, we're looking maybe 400 per carat, and then 2 carats going to be 600, 3 carat 800, this kind of increase. Then when you get bigger stones, and that's the thing, it gets more expensive, but it gets heavier quite fast. So blue, and then there's all these like brown and reds that are gonna be more expensive than the whites. So brown and reds, I would say between like 1 carat, it's gonna be 200, so half approximately the blue, and then 350 to maybe 500 for like a nice, and there's so many different shades. Sometimes people say like this light yellow will be worth more, but it's really up to whatever, like the taste at this point. And then the white ones are quite close, I would say, to the red one, maybe like $50, $100 per carat less than the red one. I would say yellow go in the same as like brown.
So browns, yellows, whites, kind of pinkish, all within the same, and then we just have above that is the blue.
Is the blue.
At like 100 more carat, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very reasonable though. I mean,
so blue one and white one are heat treated. Usually these color, like the earthy color, are more natural. But blue, white, you can assume they're automatically heat treated. And the blue ones only come from Cambodia. Okay. And so people, they're like, well, we'll rebrand the new zircon. We'll call it like Cambodit, or because it needs to. Someone needs to change the name of this stone. Yeah. It's because it's unfair. It's a beautiful stone.
I would just be afraid that because it's so not known that somebody would think that I'm wearing like synthetic.
But that's the thing.
That's literally it. But like this is beautiful to me. Like I would set this in yellow gold, rose gold, and it would just pop.
Yeah. And I have this pendant. This is a zircon, and I wear it, and people, because they know I'm in the trade, those are friends that have nothing to do with the trade, and they'll tell me, oh, that's so nice. What is it? Well, first of all, everyone assumed that everything's a diamond. That's a nice diamond. It's not a diamond. And then you say it's a zircon, and they're like, oh, suddenly uninterested. And then I have to like specify, well, it's a natural gemstone. It's beautiful, but like I'm a gemologist, so it's normal, but not like that's
what I say.
You need to specify.
I always say, oh, it's a very unique, very uncommon, and I kind of like sell it like this mysterious thing.
But as soon as you say zircon, you just like kind of need to justify the fact that it's beautiful, and they said it was beautiful first. But as soon as you say zircon, people think it comes from like drugstore jewelry. You're like, it's sad.
Well, maybe we can change that.
Yes.
So maybe if y'all just hit that like button, we can get this video out to the public.
Yeah. Or if you have like ideas of names or like rebranding, I know a few people I could pitch it to, and you can win a zircon.
Woo!
If it goes true.
So I did want to show you guys like the comparisons between more common gemstones, because if you're thinking about a blue stone, you would probably think about topaz. So I want to show you what it looks like compared to a topaz, compared to a garnet, that kind of thing.
These are topaz.
Yep.
Swiss blue and zircon. So I would say, topaz, maybe, Paraiba, but then again, is Paraiba.
Different price point.
That's it. It's not tourmalines. Other tourmalines won't be that bright. But I would say for like confusions would be topaz, like Swiss blue topaz.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, the blue topaz looks dull beside the...
Oh, yeah.
It looks dull.
It looks like glass next to this that is like super lively. And now we're inside. Like if we bring them in the sun, they're pretty intense.
Yeah.
Again, citrine will look even more dull. I would say for these shades, tourmalines, the green ones, maybe that's in like Sphene or Peridot, because it's very bright green. But then again, tourmaline might have these shades, but if you put them one next to each other, it's gonna make the other one look dull or like dead.
For these guys, I have not seen this color actually. This very specific kind of like red, brown, almost a little bit of purple in it. I haven't seen this. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is very unique.
It's beautiful.
The only thing I could maybe think of that I'll put on the screen that you can compare that's a little bit brown would be Andalusite. But again, it's not the same.
You can imitate every color of zircon, but you will not get the same
flash. In terms of imitations,
CZ.
CZ. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that because don't get us wrong, it's normal that people associate both. I mean, cubic zirconia and zircon, Like already there we have a similarity, but also the dispersion, because that's it. The only thing that will imitate zircon will be a diamond, so it's not really imitating a zircon. And CZ, which is artificial, like a white topaz will not look like that. It's really a gem of their own. Nothing imitates the zircon just because it has this horrible name, unless we do a rebrand.
In terms of like the inclusions of them, where can we commonly find?
There's no diagnostic inclusions. No inclusions will tell you this is zircon. There's other thing. There's the spectrum. You have the uranium spectrum, very clear line. The refringement or fringence, you like. You choose.
I'm just making words.
But yeah, that's it. This also, you'll see some doubling. The ones you'll find on the market usually it will be eye or loop clean, but I don't know if we said that already, but it's going to be found as inclusions.
As inclusions as others.
Yeah. Like every gemstone. And when you can find the zircon inclusion, then you can trace that specific stone. Because zircon is just present when everything.
And so basically the refringement will it create like what we just talked about in peridot, where it will make it look like muddied,
blurry, but also like if you try to photograph it, you'll kind of just see two pictures on top of each other. This one might have little microscopic inclusions that are all also doubled, so it gives it that look. But
and I'm also curious because like just in like touching them, is this a stone that will cap my grease like topaz will?
I don't think so.
No way. No. So this is really, I think, in my opinion, the better option than topaz, because topaz clings to dirt like you wouldn't believe.
There's a lot.
You're always washing your topaz rings.
I clean them, put them in the morning, and I get to the office and they're like already dirty. Yeah. And I haven't done. Yeah. This it's 6.5 to 7 of hardness. I think that kind of range is from the fact that some of them deteriorates, because when it deteriorates, it changes the birefringence, the RI, a lot of things. So maybe that's why there's like maybe the low zircons have a weaker hardness. But from what I know, I've always considered it to be like a 6.5, closer to 6.5 than 7.5 hardness. We have a little beast with us. So it's a bit brittle. It has this characteristic of kind of like the facet meat points. Sometimes they can kind of like get abraded. Might not be for like everyday wear. I know someone who has it as an engagement ring for like 25 years and it's fine.
I don't know what y'all do with your jewelry. Yeah. Like, I mean, you're not gardening with it, you're not going to the gym. No. Like, sometimes people really worry about it, but like, I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, I take off my jewelry if I'm doing something that requires me to
I don't know.
take off my jewelry, but that's it. So zircon is still pretty durable for everyday-ish wear if you're careful. For a pendant, I mean, there's no problem. There's no particular like weakness for when you set them or like dangerous inclusions. So we talked about how radioactive they were.
Yeah.
They also have, you can find some zircons that are tenebrescent. So like Hackmanite, so it changes. It will change when exposed to UV light. Okay. Sometimes, not them. It's more like collector, like fun stuff. But they can change under the sun or like a very strong UV light. And then when put back in the shade or out of the light, they will get back to their normal color. So that's a cool thing. Zircons are cool.
And so in terms of cleaning them, is there anything specific we should know? No, I don't think so.
Well, I wouldn't put it in ultrasound. Soft toothbrush.
Yeah, soft toothbrush. It's always the way to go. I get asked this question all the time. How do you clean your rings? Dish soap, toothbrush. Yeah. The toothbrush will not scratch your gemstone. It's too soft.
It's not going to damage the gems, the metal, anything. Yeah. So, yeah, safe.
Origins. Yeah. Where are we finding them?
Blue ones in Cambodia. And then zircons are pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
I've been even like unofficial place. I've been to countries where, I mean, they're at the mine and they just sometimes they put them aside. Like if they're looking for sapphires, they'll put the zircon aside. These one we mined them in Australia while we were looking for sapphires. So Australia has a lot of these colors. These are from Tanzania, the ones that I have. So they also have these colors. Sri Lanka, Vietnam. They're kind of all over the place.
All over the place. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me.
You're
If ever
welcome.
you guys have any questions, leave them down below. We always try to answer them. If you do like short form content, we do like break them up and make little smaller videos on like our TikTok, Dominic Flex, or Instagram. And yeah, if ever you guys are looking for anything, you can always just send me a DM. My email link is down below. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.